Now, how did all this paganism become associated with the death and resurrection of Christ? What has all this paganism got to do with the death and resurrection of Christ? Now, in the year 312 AD, Constantine makes Christianity the religion of the Roman Empire. Not because he was a Christian himself, he used it for political power. Political power is why he made Christianity the religion of the Roman Empire. Then in 325 AD, the Council of Nicaea, this is when they decided to eradicate anything Jewish. Why? Because they were all anti-Semites. They were all against the Jewish people. And it was the Council of Laodicea, the Council of Laodicea in 365 AD, which made it illegal for anyone to observe the Sabbath. So they started persecuting those who wanted to observe the Sabbath and rest on a Saturday instead of the Sunday. Again, nowhere in Scripture will you find the Sabbath being moved from Saturday to Sunday. It was the Catholics who did that. And they then persecuted all those who wanted to still stick to the Sabbath. That's how it all came about. And if ever I've seen a mixture of paganism and Christianity, it's that message given by King Charles. Praising Islam instead of praising Jesus. What has Islam, a religion that rejects the resurrection, what has Islam got to do with the resurrection of Jesus Christ? Absolutely nothing. Oh, we need to find common ground. We need to unite. We need to be one in faith. We are not to be one in faith with those who say that God has no son. And that's what Islam says. God has no son. That's what it will say on that dome of the rock, which stands where the temple used to stand in Jerusalem. God has no son. That's what they believe. We are not to unite with those who say that God has no son and that Jesus never rose from the dead. That is not of Christ. That is of Antichrist. And that's why I'd say he's a big candidate for that position. Revelation 18 verse 4 says, "Come out of her, my people, lest you share in her sins and receive of her plagues."